We're live.
Okay, let's see. Let me share my screen here. Okay, hello everyone. Welcome to today's webinar. This is how to go viral with your app, presented by yours truly and Thomas here, the Yorby AI team. So in this presentation, you're going to learn about a couple of things. You're going to learn about the setups and best practices. So what platforms to post on, how many times to post. We're going to be also talking about the viral content formats, basically the most up-to-date formats and strategies for scaling software apps. And we're also going to be talking about how we personally have leveraged AI in our marketing to market Yorby and how you guys can leverage it too. And also how to hire and manage UGC creators for your brand. Overall, the goal of this presentation is to understand how to get started on social media and how to get your first viral video. Our assumption is that most of you guys are probably very new to social media or have never posted a single video. So this presentation is mostly to get you guys from 0 to 1. I will not be covering, more advanced, mature scaling strategies or how to scale massive UGC campaigns, as I'm just assuming it's probably not applicable to most of you guys here. But before we get into everything, just a quick background about who we are. Thomas and I are two content creators, and we both started making content back in 2021 and grew our personal brands to a cumulative following of 1.3 million followers. And we currently run a startup called Yorby AI, which is an AI content scriptwriter for creators and marketers, but more on that later. For more context, I've also personally ran an agency where I help clients scale their businesses to extreme heights with organic social media. These are all the brands I have personally either made UGC content for or ran UGC campaigns for. Jenni, in particular, if you guys see on the left side of the screen here, has hit over 10 million in annual recurring revenue. And I actually started working with them back when they were just at 2,000 in monthly recurring revenue 4 years ago. Okay, getting right into it, setup and best practices. So first things first, you gotta understand what platforms to post on. I personally like posting on TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube. Now, I will say most of the time, TikTok and Instagram are gonna be your main platforms. I like posting on YouTube as well, just because I see it as free impressions. But generally, the first two are gonna be your main platforms. UGC content tends to not go as viral on YouTube, but again, free impressions, might as well just post on it too. I will say post 20 to 40 times a month and post all the same videos. I wouldn't post anything less than 20 times just because you want to be consistently posting on a weekly basis. And in my opinion, anything more than 40, maybe like 60 times a month, you're kind of posting a little too many videos into the algorithm that it's not necessarily that these platforms can't handle it, but you don't want to be sacrificing too much quality because you're posting 2 videos a day, you're probably just mindlessly spamming the algorithm at a certain point. But I like to post all the same videos to all 3 platforms. Yes, these platforms are different in terms of what works on TikTok may not work on Instagram. But from my experience, especially if you're starting out, it's not that deep. Some videos are going to do better on certain platforms. You just don't have the time and energy to cater every video to every single platform. Another thing you should do is to market your every video should be marketing your product. I know some people feel like, oh, their work is going to get repetitive and I don't want to sound too salesy. I want to add value to my audience. Honestly, when you're just starting out, you're fighting tooth and nail to just be relevant in people's mind. Like even if you go viral, trust me, you're still not that relevant. So you really just want to be constantly trying to sell your product as much as possible. You can always worry about branding later on when you have like 5, 10, if not even more followers. Best practices. Make sure to always warm up your account before posting your first video. So what do I mean by that? I'm assuming most of you guys are probably going to create new accounts on TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube. And it's very important to scroll the feed and engage with videos for 15 minutes a day for roughly 3 days before posting your first video. A huge reason for this is just because Meta and TikTok have really started cracking down on bot accounts and content farms. So if you're not doing this, they're going to assume that you're a bot and they're going to pretty much ban your account and you're not going to be able to get any views on your videos. Another thing I even go a step further is the first 2 videos I post. Sometimes I post like non-product plug videos just to kind of continuously be warming up the account. But after you do that, you start posting videos. What we generally define as success and what we have seen leads to a very successful account is that within the first 10 videos, in this case, if you're posting 20 videos a month within the first 2 weeks, you ideally have a video hit 10,000 impressions. And within the first 20 videos or the first month here, you have a video hit at least 100,000 impressions. Now, what if you don't get 10,000 views within the first 10 videos? And if that doesn't happen, it probably means one of 4 things. Number 1, your videos suck. And you might just not know what you're doing if you're starting out. Your videos might just be bad. So if you are new, I actually really would suggest you to copy what other people in your niche are doing. There's no shame in doing it. Everyone does it. I still do it to this day. And maybe also try out like different formats that may or may not fit you or fit the creator. Because something I learned over the years is different formats are going to work for different creators. And what worked for one person may not work for another person. Everyone has strengths and weaknesses in that way. Number 2, your TAM might be too small. Now, social media is generally mostly good for B2C tools. I usually wouldn't recommend marketing B2B tools for social media outside of LinkedIn. And the most niche I would go is probably like B2C prosumer. Like if you're marketing to content creators or you're marketing to people that work in sales, anything more niche than that, you'll probably be fighting an uphill battle. Like I wouldn't make a software tool that's marketing to people that work in tech sales specifically or something. Just overall, like you want to reduce as many variables as possible of like why your videos isn't going viral. Okay, number 3, your account wasn't properly warmed up. Again, if you do the proper warm-up structure of just scrolling on the feed for 15 minutes a day for 3 days before posting, usually this isn't a problem. But last but not least, if you do everything correctly and nothing still works and your account still isn't going viral or your videos still aren't taking off, who knows, honestly. And this is something I learned over the past 4 years of making content on social media, where there is a certain component of luck when it comes to marketing your product. And sometimes you can do everything right and things still won't work. And when that happens, try again and do more. You know, you can always try again. You can always create a new account. And that's something I always recommend if you're confident that your videos don't suck, your TAM's not too small, and your account was properly warmed up. All right, content formats. I want to talk about the 5 most popular content format for SaaS tools, and they are hook and demo, talking head, photo carousel, skits, and text on screen videos. So for this section of the presentation, before I go into each of these and talk about them, I'm going to show you guys a quick demo of what these look like, and hopefully this presentation has sound within it. Let me, Thomas, let me know if there's no sound, if you can't hear it.
Oh, I'm not hearing any sound.
Can't hear sound?
Nah.
How do I add sound to the presentation?
Yeah, other people are commenting no sound as well, so it's not just me.
I'm gonna spend 20 seconds to figure this out. If I can't figure out in 20 seconds, I am sorry, guys. Okay, I'm gonna be honest. Sound is not too important to hear it here. Just assume there's sound in the background. Oh wait.
Oh, I guess some people are saying they can hear, some people not. So it
Can
seems
hear
like a
you
little
on X. Well, I mean the video. Will the live video stay or delete after everything ends? I don't know that. You gotta ask anything about that. Okay. Look, I'm sorry if you guys can't hear the sound on this video. It's not as important for this one particularly, but this is a hook and demo video. So I'm gonna let it play. Okay, so as you can see in this video, What a hook and demo video is that there's a visual and text hook, and then you go into a demo of the product. General characteristics of this is fast cuts and music. Usually put like trending music over it. In this video, we put the Tyla song, like the Chanel song over it, if you guys couldn't hear it. And 90% of this video is in the hook, the text hook particularly. So a lot of times for these videos, you can actually use the same exact body of you demoing the product and the tool and just split test the visual and the text within the first 3 seconds. These are super easy to make, generally very easy reproducible, but I will say virality for these is very much a hit or miss. And in these videos especially doesn't work too well if your product is already too saturated in the feed or the algorithm. So I will say you're kind of limited in what you can do with these type of videos because your hook kind of has to be about what your tool solves, or else you're going to get no conversions on your product. So the only thing you can really split test and change is the hook and the music. But if you are able to figure these out, conversions are generally great if you can make it work. Moving on. Talking head.
Andrew, quick pause. I think people, in case you do want to try one thing to get the sound working, I think if you share just the tab itself, it might be able to get the sound. I think if you share your entire screen, it doesn't transmit the video sound. But no guarantees. I just saw that on a random comment, so worth trying out.
PhD student, master's student.
Good?
Yep.
That's why he is your average tech bro, guys.
Shout out to someone that left that comment on the stream. I don't know who it was, but shout out to you.
Shout out to that person. Okay, great. Talking head videos. Let's watch it.
I organized all my. If you are a PhD student, master's student, researcher, whatever, and you're still using ChatGPT, then you're wasting your time. What I'm about to show you will actually make you ditch ChatGPT forever because it's actually made for researchers and won't hallucinate information. This is it. This is where I have all my papers. I organized all my papers into folders so I can then read them in one place side by side. And over here is a chat box. I like to ask how my papers compare and contrast to get a deeper understanding. And the response is just so detailed. It is also full of these links. And when you actually click it, it takes you to that part in the paper where the information was found.
All right, perfect. So talking head videos are exactly what you think it is. It's just a creator talking to the camera. And usually the creator is telling a story or providing educational tips and insights with a product plug within it. Now, the pros of this format is that you can get very creative with your script writing. So even if the product is very saturated in the feed, you can still stand out. But the cons of this, and as you guys are going to notice, there's a lot of like double-edged swords with every single format out there. There's no perfect format. But the cons of this is that it's highly dependent if the creator is well-spoken or not, because some people just aren't that well-spoken on camera. The conversions from this format can either be really good or just okay. And what makes a conversion be really good with this format is if the product plug is very clear in the video and the video presents a problem that the product solves. Like this video I just showed you guys right here. But the product is more just like a side character in the video, then it won't be converting as much. Photo carousels. And actually, this one I need to reshare my screen again. Okay, so photo carousels are essentially a series of photos. Usually they're more popular on TikTok than they are on Instagram. I don't know why I can't scroll to like the different, there we go. But you can think about photo carousels as just a text and image version of talking head videos. So once again, many times you're telling a story or
Are you sharing your screen right now, Andrew?
Yes, I am.
Oh, I'm not. I don't think we're seeing anything. Now we are.
How about
now we
now?
are. Yep,
Okay.
we're good.
So photo carousels are generally just image versions and text versions of talking head. So you're still providing educational insights and tips, or you're telling a story, but just in 2D format. And what they usually do is they plug the product around towards the middle to the end of these slides. So for example, for this photo carousel right here, how it went from D's to A's and how you will too. the first slide is about like giving educational tips to college students, right? And then the second slide is plugging this product called Gizmo, which is an AI studying tool. And then the other slides are staying organized and like watching YouTube videos. Honestly, not the best photo carousel I've ever seen in my life, but this somehow got like over 100,000 views on TikTok. So take what you want out of that. You really don't need to make exceptional content a lot of times. But photo carousels are great if you're able to make them work. Here, let me go back to sharing my tab again. This is the last time I need to do that. Bada boom. Okay. Photo carousels are pretty phenomenal if you know your audience very well and you're good at copywriting or storytelling. But there is a catch where if you're not, your tips just won't be as good. But obviously, you can use AI to help you with that nowadays as well. But in
Andrew,
terms of
I don't think you're sharing your screen again. Sorry.
Oh, it's like just like a slight lag.
Okay.
But in terms of images, if you don't have any, you can use tools like Higgs fields or Nano Banana to generate the type of photos you want. So generally, AI has made it very easy nowadays to make photos carousels. Okay, skits.
Last question. What are your salary expectations for this role?
Yeah, for sure. To be honest, I'm not really concerned about the salary figures right now. My decision relies solely on whether this is the right path for my career. That said, when I auto-applied on Sprout, I noticed it said 70K to 95K versus on LinkedIn, it said 60K to 80K. So I just wanted to know which one's more accurate and what would the budget be for someone with my experience within that range?
Yes, so Sprout is more accurate. We still need to update that LinkedIn job description. But yeah, someone with your experience would be around the lower end of that range to start. But we do offer 10% salary bumps each year. So there's high growth opportunities.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense. Thank you.
All right, so skits usually involve two people interacting with each other in the video. Now, this can be a very, very entertaining format. So it has a very high viral potential. But two people skits, from what I've seen, especially when I'm hiring creators to do it, it's hard to make because it's much higher production value. So people don't like doing it, especially if you need two people on camera. So I'm mostly seeing people do one person skits, like they even like pretend to be like themselves in the video. And what I've mostly seen that work for in these scenarios are certain products that involve a Zoom call. So like AI meeting co-pilots, AI job application tools, where it actually makes sense for someone to be looking at the screen or interacting with someone on a call. So in general, my opinion is that skits aren't really that meta when it comes to organic UGC ads. And I just think they kind of come off as a natural too, unless, like I said, you're one of these products that it does make sense to have like a Zoom call scenario. But overall, the person also needs to know how to act, and some people just suck at acting. So if your tool is a tool that's great for a live demonstration scenario, it's great. But if it's not, in my opinion, it's kind of hard to make it work, and you're better off using other types of formats. All right, the last format, text on screen. Okay. So you guys can read the text. So text on screen is a giant block of text on the screen telling either a relatable story or posing a questions for the viewers to seek out the answers in the comments or the captions. Now, these videos are, in my experience, pretty easy to go viral since they're very short and they're trendy, easy to watch. So a lot of times people are completing the watch time on these videos, and the algorithm will treat that as like engagement and just push it to more people. But the thing I notice about these videos is that the product plug are usually very brief, and you don't really get a chance to dive deep into why your product solves a problem in the user's life. So they generally can be lower converting. But if you are able to make the text directly about the product, like they did in this video, or it's stating a question or statement that makes people go to the comment section to see what the product is about, where you can, write more about what your product does, it can be better in terms of conversions. But overall, I'll say be careful of these, especially if you're hiring a UGC creators and they're just pumping out a bunch of these type of videos. Make sure the text is actually really related to your product and not just a side character within the text in the video, or else you might just end up paying a lot of money since those videos will get a lot of views but no conversions. But in general, if you guys have seen everything I've been talking about with these formats, it comes down to, is your product the main character of the video, or is it just a side character? And then the question is like, okay, well, why don't just always make the product a main character of the videos? Well, there's trade-offs, right? Because the more you plug your product, many times the harder it is to go viral. Yes, of course, we'll always love this dream case scenario where I can just get on camera, yap about how great Yorby is and how everyone should use Yorby. But many times people don't want to watch that video. So you're always playing this push and pull, this tug of war of like, how much can I talk about my product? And versus like, how viral can this video go? Sometimes you get lucky and a video just straight up about your product just goes super viral, but that's like a dream case scenario, obviously. Okay, next up, who's making the content? You could be making the content. You can use AI to make the content, or you can hire UGC creators. And before I continue on into this, I want to talk about the pros and cons of using AI versus real human. And guys, this is like probably the most wild statement I just made, but here we are in 2026 where we're going to debate the pros and cons of robots versus humans. But for AI, very cheap. You can test a lot, high volume testing because you can generate videos. It can be automated if you're pretty good at automation when it comes to like NAN or Cloud Code or even using Yorby. But the cons are there are limitations in what you can do with AI because AI content generation isn't fully there yet, but I will say it's getting there. And I guarantee you by like the next couple of months, you won't be able to tell the difference anymore. Even today with like the latest Kling 3.0 models, I can't even tell the difference anymore. But as of now, I will still say like there's still limitations to what AI can do when it comes to UGC content, especially. But the biggest con from my experience is that these platforms hate content farms. And I want to be very clear. They are okay with AI generated content. Instagram more so than TikTok. But they hate spam and they hate content farm activities. So in my opinion, AI content is sometimes very hard to scale up since with AI, you naturally need to have a phone farm or just many accounts to run your AI UGC, like you need to rent out servers. So if you're just playing around with like 1 to 3 accounts, you're mostly fine. But if you have like, you know, massive phone farms, like 50 accounts of 50 phones, Meta, TikTok, all these platforms, they have teams trying to actively find you and catch you. So that is a con of like AI generation, in my opinion, right now. Humans, more costly because you're working with people. I don't know why I put that under pros. That should be a con. No limitations of what you can do. There's no platform risk, obviously, because like every single person is posting from their own phone, so you're never going to get caught for content farm like activities. But it is harder to automate and scale because at that point, you're basically growing a team under you and you have to deal with people if that's something you don't like dealing with. But the cons are that should be a pro actually. Creators will make the content for you and you don't have to personally do it yourself. So this is a con, more costly. This is a pro. Creators will make content for you. Okay, if you're personally wondering what I'm doing nowadays, I'm honestly doing both. I'm just curious to see the future of both AI and human UGC. But if you're just starting out, I would just pick one and learn that very, very well before jumping to like both of them or the other one. All right. Now, before I get into this presentation about how to leverage AI generation tools, I want to say this is an entire iceberg. So I can't cover all of the methods here, but I can only talk about what works for me. But just understand that this industry is moving very fast right now, and there's literally a new AI generation method coming out every 2 weeks. But I'm going to talk about what personally has worked for me because I only want to talk about like what I have tried. So this video that we saw earlier, if you guys didn't know, this was made by AI. At least the first 3 seconds were. The hook was. The rest of the video, I filmed it myself. But the video was made with AI. It got 500,000 views and made it in 5 minutes. How did I do that? I use Sora's Sora 2, which is OpenAI's video generation tool. It's currently one of the best in class, on par with like other ones like Kling 3.0. But it's very good at producing very social media realistic videos. And the best of all is it's free. You can use it completely for free. You don't have to pay any money for it. What I do to get this character right here is I use this prompt right here, which you guys can like screenshot, or I don't know if you guys get sent this presentation afterwards, but this prompt right here will basically generate you this character on screen. And what I do is I remove the watermark on the video because you don't want to be posting to TikTok, Instagram with a Sora watermark. They're going to ban or shadow ban your videos. But I use this one right here, this URL. And then I will film personally, like I said, film a demo, outline the procedures of how I am using my app. Then I stitch the videos together in an editing app like CapCut. I add a text hook over it at the start of the video, and I add some trending music, and I just post a video. I post like 2 to 3 times a day. And then eventually, if you do everything right over and over again, you might just go viral. Now, I want to say this video format, like I said, it's a hook and demo format. So it is a hit or miss. Sometimes going to do well, sometimes not going to do well. And I will say, once again, if you already posted like 10 videos in this format and they're all hitting like 250 views, either restart the account, try again, or try out a different format, because maybe this just isn't going to work for you. But 90% of the time, like I said, hook and demo formats, it comes down to the text hook that you're running as well. So this is something you really want to be split testing and trying out as many like clickbaity text hooks as you possibly can. All right, real human creators. How to find and hire creators. So there are 2 places to find and hire content creators. One is just directly on platforms like TikTok and Instagram, and the other are creator marketplaces. Now, the pros and cons of each is that with these platforms, it's free. You don't pay any money for it. You can directly find creators. And generally, you can also find like diamonds in the rough, like maybe more experienced creators that have no idea what UGC is, never done it before. And you're just able to be like, oh, cool. Yeah, I will make content for your brand. Tell me what the pricing is, whatsoever. But the downside of finding creators directly on these platforms, from my experience, is that you are generally paying a higher price point because you're approaching them, so they have more leverage and negotiating power in the negotiations. While if you go to marketplaces, these are just like meat markets of creators, guys. So usually you just set up a campaign, you tell them exactly how much you're paying, as long as it's like somewhere around what other people are paying, and you get like a flood of applicants trying to apply to your program. But the downside is they do charge subscription pricing. And from my experience, a lot of these creators on these platforms are making content from multiple brand accounts at the same time, which can be a pro and con depending on how you view it. But I'll say, like, generally, I don't like working with creators who is making content for more than like 4 brands at a time, because I know they're probably not putting that much time and effort into my brand. The 2 of my favorite ones are UGC Tank, which is a vetted creator marketplace. This is the one I'm currently using. Because like I'm lazy. I don't want to search through like thousands of like no creators with no experience. But another one is SideShift app, which is like a general UGC creator marketplace, which I think they're biggest as well. But UGC Tank is more expensive from, I think they charge $300 a month. And I think SideShift charge roughly $200 a month. I use them both. I think they're both great. Criteria to look for. You have when you're trying to find a creator, especially if you're new and you don't know what you're doing, it's very important that the creator has experience making content. Either they already make content for another SaaS app and have gone viral, or they have a personal brand with over 5,000 followers. Overall, the most important part of this is that they've been viral in the past before. And I think this is very important because I realized that creators who haven't gone viral before, they tend to overcomplicate and over edit videos that they think will make it go viral, like transitions and jump cuts and captions and whatever. When in reality, for a video to go viral, it's actually just a couple of very simple components, like have a good text, have a good flow, make sure the story makes sense, actually like add value or solve a problem that users are looking for, that like newer creators just don't understand yet. And they're going to be trying to like over optimize everything that isn't going to impact the video as much. But another note is that I put down here is what someone makes for you what someone makes right now is most likely the content they will make for you. So if you come across a profile and they only do talking head videos, just assume they only know how to do talking head videos. And if you come across a profile, they never talk in any of their videos, just assume they don't know how to talk on camera. Again, every creator has strengths and weaknesses. You just got to find what formats fits for certain creators. Okay. There's 2 ways to pay creators, 2 systems. There's the bonus tier system, which you guys see on screen right now. And there's also a CPM system. I personally use the bonus tier system where I pay anywhere from $25 to $35 per video. And then I pay out based on these monthly impressions you see down here. You can also do a CPM system, which stands for cost per mil, where basically You can do $1 CPM or $2 CPM, which basically means for every 1,000 views the creator gets, you pay $1, or for every 1,000 views, you pay $2 if it's $2 CPMs. I honestly think it's up to you. This is a personal choice. I just been using this for the past couple of years, so this is just a structure that I use. I think it's simple for me to calculate the payouts I pay to creators, but some people prefer CPMs. I would just say pick one, stick to it, and just have that be your system. Creators are generally fine with both as long as you're being fair to them. Okay, interviewing the creator. Very important. Before you hop on a call with the creator to just interview them, ask them like why they want to make content for you, I will agree on the pricing terms first. Like, you don't want to hop on the call and start negotiating like the terms of the creator. Like, send them over this chart or whatever and just be like, do you agree with this? If they agree, hop on the call. If you don't agree, okay, negotiate more or just move on to the next person. That's just my experience. I hate negotiating on calls. But the main purpose of this interview is to ask, can they do the job? And do they want to do the job? It's like any other job out there. Can they do it? Do they want to do it? The questions I like to ask on the call is, first things first, I lead the call where I tell them about my company and what my product does. Sometimes I even do a demo just to show them very quickly. Assume they have no idea what you do. Assume they just mass apply to you if you're on a creator marketplace. They just mass apply different jobs and they don't even know what you do. Like, just make that assumption. No matter how fancy their message is to you, just be like, they have no idea what I'm about. And then after I do the intro, I usually say something like, the goal of this call is to figure out if there's a good fit for us to work together. So with that being said, why don't you give me your background in content creation and overall why you're interested in the role? They're going to talk for about a minute or two. Then usually, you can ask certain questions afterwards, but I also like to check if they have commitment to do the role. Basically, because this is going to be roughly 5 hours per week commitment. So if they have like 2 full-time jobs, they're making content for 10 other brands, that's like a red flag to me. So that's just something that to look out for, be like, okay, can this person actually dedicate time to making content for my brand? And obviously end the call by setting expectation, how many videos they're going to be posting, sign-up procedures, and everything. Managing the creators. So when it comes to managing creators, I always recommend to show them example videos you want them to imitate and make. And the reason for this is because no one is going to care as much about your success and your brand as much as you're going to care about it, right? The creators, they're going to say all these fancy things about what they have done in the past. And they're going to say like, oh, like I'm going to iterate. I'm going to think about new content ideas. I'm going to make it go viral. Just assume that they're not. And assume that you want to be doing your own research. Now, of course, if they're doing that, let them run with it. If the creator's really taking agency and just like taking control, let them cook, essentially, let them do what they need to do. But from my experience, I like to give example videos of what I want the creators to be making, just because they're not going to go out and think on their own many times, and you're going to have to be the one spoon feeding them, especially if they're newer to content creation. If they're newer, you definitely want to give them videos from competitors they can copy. If they're more experienced, I'll get them more creative freedom, but still provide them with like certain content inspiration. Be like, you can make this, you can make that. So it's going to be a very much case-by-case basis, but just kind of evaluate based on like how experienced they are versus how non-experienced they are, and if they want to have more creative freedom. Again, if you don't hit a viral video like 100K view by end of month 1, I would just cut them. From my experience, yes, you could restart the account. Yes, you could try to figure out what's working, what's not working. But honestly, sometimes things just don't work. I have creators where I thought will guarantee go viral, just don't go viral. And I had creators where I thought will completely flop, get millions of impressions. My experience is just volume. If they don't hit a viral video by like honestly week 2, like 10K impressions, I'm leaning towards cutting them, but definitely by month 1, if you don't hit one by 100K views. And it's just more efficient to just hire someone new than try to figure out why this isn't working. Last but not least, don't nitpick on videos. Don't be like, I don't like the background or I don't like the caption size or whatever. As long as like it doesn't look terrible and the lighting isn't like horrific, like use common sense, just don't nitpick. Like I don't even tell creators to fix typos a lot of times if there's like typos in the caption, unless it's like Yorby AI where it's like YOURBI. Like I'll be like, can you fix it to YORBY? But you don't want to nitpick because creators get very annoyed by it, and it's also very insulting to be like try hard to go viral, because by definition to go viral means you're an outlier, and by it means it's an outlier, it means it doesn't always happen. Okay. So next part of the presentation, I want to talk about how you guys can actually use Yorby in your workflow to either make better viral content or give feedback to your creators. But before we get into that, I want to quickly talk about what exactly Yorby is. So Yorby is 3 things. We're a content remixer where you can upload any viral video from TikTok, Instagram, or YouTube and remix a content script for your own niche and product that you can then make content yourself or give it to your UGC creator. We're also a content coach where you can use our AI to provide feedback to your creators, or use our viral content database where you can browse through thousands of viral videos and filter by niche and format. So I was thinking the best way I can show you guys how we work is actually doing a live demo for you all. So let me do that right now. We're going to give the stream a couple seconds to share the screen. Alrighty, wrong screen. Okay, so once you come into Yorby, you're gonna be seeing this tab. And I know it's very scary. There's a lot of stuff happening here. I'm gonna walk through every single thing. The main tabs you guys wanna be paying attention to is the content studio and the viral content database. So the viral content database is exactly what it sounds like. Is a database of viral content that you can use to come in here and get inspiration from. So let's just say I have a dating app that I want to research other dating apps within my niche. I would just type in here being like dating app videos, and it's going to search through our entire database and pull up the most up-to-date viral dating app videos that your competitors are currently posting to social media. So as you can see here, it filters by video, and a niche is dating and relationships. And you can just scroll down here and see what videos you want to get inspo from. And if you like a single video, you can click on Content Studio to pull out our Content Studio to then remix the video for your specific product or niche. But I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to go directly to the Content Studio here on the left. And within the Content Studio, you can either upload a video from TikTok, Instagram, or YouTube right here from the URL, or you can upload a video directly from your computer or your phone because we're also mobile optimized. So let's say we found a video on TikTok or whatever. These are all the videos I already uploaded. So let's just say, for example, because it does take like 30 seconds to a minute to analyze these videos. Let's say we found this video right here. So, and I want to remix this video. So in this video, it's fine if you guys can't hear it, but basically it's a creator where she's talking about how to study when you're exhausted. So this video is targeted at college students. And in the video, she goes through the 3 tips, where the first tip is right here. The first tip is taking a coffee nap. And then the second tip is the 5-minute rule. And then the third tip she provides here is using this tool called Studly AI, which is an AI education technology tool to help students study better. I think they help you take notes and produce flashcards or something. So let's say we found this video on TikTok and we really liked it. We uploaded it to Yorby, and now we're like, okay, I want to remix this for my product. You'll come down here into this chat, and you can kind of just think of this as like a ChatGPT like interface where you can chat with our AI Yorby, but just like a very social media optimized version of ChatGPT. But you just come in here. You can start typing here, but since I already have a saved prompt, I'm just going to put my saved prompt within this chat. So remix this for Yorby AI, an AI content script writer for creators and marketers. You simply upload any viral TikTok or Instagram video to the platform, and it'll remix it and generate a viral optimized script for you. Send it in. And what's happening right now is our AI is analyzing everything about this video, from the transcript to the text on screen, every single frame, the avatar, how it's targeting their target audience within this video, the pacing, the music. Anything you can ever imagine about the video, Yorby understand the context of that video. And once you provide the prompt here, if Yorby feels like it needs more information from you, it will actually ask you clarifying questions. But because my prompt here was very, very detailed and specific, so it was able to immediately generate a content script for me. So over here, it even tells you what the on-screen text is going to be in your video. So he'll be like, how to create content when you're creatively burnt out. I'm going to tell you how to keep posting content when you have 0 ideas. So you see in this video here, exhausted. So it translated that same format structure of the video, of the hook in this case even, for your specific target audience and your niche and your product. So let's keep reading. Take this from someone who's chronically burnt out. I use these methods and they actually work. The first tip is to stop starting from scratch. Every single time you sit down, blah, blah, blah. Second tip is this. Third tip, and then you go and plug Yorby. So as you can see here, if you guys are reading the script right now, this video provides 3 tips targeted at college students on how to study better. But Yorby is smart enough to translate those tips and be like, okay, what are some tips that we can provide for creators and marketers that will actually be useful to them? So it's able to translate that for your specific target avatar and audience. A couple of things I like to do with Yorby is, let's say I don't like the hook. I'll be like, give me 3 hook variations. Just to like see what other hooks it can come up with that I may or may not like. So over here, it's gonna give me 3 hooks. I'll even tell you what the on-screen text is again, because that's part of the hook as well. I'm gonna tell you how to create content when your brain is completely fried. That's not bad. There's a reason some creators never seem to run out of ideas, and it's not because they're more creative than you. Okay, not bad. I haven't come up with an original content idea in 3 months, and my engagement has never been higher. Whoa. Okay, that's interesting. Let's just go with, let's go with the first one. So let's say I like the first one. I like the first hook. Can you give me a new script with that one? And I do this sometimes where I'll be like, can you make it extra Gen Z? Because we want to be young and cool guys. So whatever the Gen Z lingo is, we want to be using it as well. All right. Let's read this. How to keep posting when you have 0 creative ideas. That's the on-screen text. I'm going to tell you how to keep posting when your brain is literally cooked. Take this from someone who is chronically in their flop era. I use these methods and they actually go hard. Okay, so first tip, stop starting from scratch. BFFR. I don't even know how I pronounce that. Damn, that's how you know I'm kind of old.
That's
every
a
time
good
you
script. That's actually a pretty fire script, not gonna lie.
Okay, but you guys can read it right now. But essentially, you can chat with Yorby as much as you want and basically treat it as like an interface. Like if you don't like something, you can change it. You tell it to change it, and it's able to understand you with like very little context. And you can ask it to pretty much like do anything. We don't generate content for you yet. Right now, we mostly focus with content script at the moment. Another thing I want to show you guys is our content coach. So let's say, let's just take this video. Usually you'll probably be uploading the video from your phone or your computer because you want to get feedback on your video before you upload to social media. But let's just say, give me feedback on this video. But in this case, just keep it simple. I'm just going to use the same video right here.
Andrew, could you zoom in a little bit? I think people are saying the stream quality is a little low, so it's a little hard to read the text.
How do I zoom in?
Oh, just like the Chrome boomer zoom in. Like try Command Shift plus. There you go.
Whoa. Okay. Let me open this up. Okay. So over here, I say, give me feedback on this video. So what this does is this is going to trigger our content coach, where it's going to give you feedback on the video and it's going to tell you where the video is good to go to post to social media or not. It's going to classify what the video is. So in this case, the video does have a product plug and it's also a talking head video. The verdict is that it is ready, but it needs some improvement. It'll tell you what's working. So it says the product timing integration is perfect. The authenticity is great. So it can even sense the tone of voice within the video as well. And then down here, what I like about the content coach is that it's always going to provide you with potential fixes or ideas you can implement into the video to even make it better. So in this case, it tells us that the hook was kind of weak and that you can potentially fix it with like these hooks instead. And because Yorby already understands your video and what you're trying to accomplish, is able to give you very, very contextually accurate hooks or other scripts to fix within your video without you having to tell it too much information and other suggestions as well. All right. Control Shift minus. Okay, back to our presentation. So the question now you guys have seen Yorby is what formats are Yorby best for? Obviously, talking heads, photo carousels, and text on screen. Anything that involves very, very heavy, scripting and text and copywriting, Yorby is great for, because you can literally upload any viral video from your competitors and just be like, I want this specifically for my product, my audience. And Yorby will give you a script that you can then go make stuff yourself, put it over a video for the text on screen, or literally just add it to like your photo carousels. Yorby is also good for hook and demo, but mostly for the text hooks, because like I said, for hook and demo, 90% of the video comes down to you split testing the text hooks. So what we actually have done to use Yorby is what I did was I took a lot of videos that was working on our Yorby account, put it back into Yorby and be like, hey, this text hook got me 50,000 views. Can you give me 10 text hook variations of this that can then go split tests on Instagram and TikTok? And as you can see here, the first 2 hooks that we got here actually end up going viral for us in marketing our own product, Yorby. All right. Well, overall, that's the presentation, guys. Thank you guys for coming out. And because you guys are so great and stayed towards the end of this presentation, for everyone on this call, you can use anything 500 to get 500 free credits within Yorby. If you guys just use this code, and to use that code, anything 500, all you have to do is sign up to our platform, go to the billing tab right here on the left-hand side. Oh, you guys can't see this, right? Oh, you guys can see it. Go down here and just enter the code anything 500. I already redeemed it. It's 400 because we give you 100 free credits by default. But yeah, you guys can use it. Play around with Yorby. Every single chat back and forth is roughly like 10 to 15 credits. So this is basically 5 times as much as what we provide to our current free users.
Yeah. And if you've got an app or a product idea that you're ready to work on, then you can actually use anything and use the code Yorby for a month off of their pro plan as well.
Thank you.
See, we can do some Q&A.
Yes.
I've been answering some questions in the comments already, so let me see if there's any new ones. Want to do this one? How does Yorby compare to Real Farm and other competitors?
Yeah, so Real Farm is a photo and video generation tool that basically helps you generate content like photo carousels and hook and demo videos. Okay, I'm not here to like say anything bad about like any of our product out there. From my experience, they're mostly good for generating content, but they're not that good at like the scripting portion of it. So we really specialize in the content intelligence and helping you guys figure out what is actually going to do well on social media. Because we also believe like everyone's going to have their own AR workflows or own preferences of how they want to be making content. We want to be the brains of what works well on social media with the scripting and the text. But later on, we do also plan to go into like AI content generation tools right now. But that's the main difference. We're the brains, they're the generation tools.
How many videos do you recommend to upload per day? I think we recommend around 1 or 2. I think anything more than 2.
Yeah. I recommend anywhere from 20 to 40 videos per month. So that comes out to be like 1 to 2 per day. You can go up to 3 as well if you want. But I probably wouldn't really go any more than 3. Again, it's not because these platforms can't handle it. You're gonna start running into like quality issues in my opinion, if you're forcing like real human creators to make more than like 3 videos in a day.
Yeah. Someone asks, I see people in the comments talking about not switching a TikTok personal account to business account. Yeah, I don't think switching to a business account doesn't matter. Just keep it personal. I know a lot of people are worried like, oh, but on a business account, you can put a link in your bio without 1,000 followers. But for a personal account, you do need 1,000 followers. But honestly, it doesn't make that much of a difference because I think the vast majority of people are going to visit your tool, your product, whatever it is, by searching it on Google or the App Store or whatever. So just keep it personal. What type of conversions have you seen in SaaS, example, for Yorby per million views?
That's a great question.
Yeah.
I think every niche and every product is going to be different because it just comes down to like, number one, how converting your video is. Number two, how saturated your industry is with everything. But for us personally, we're currently just a little bit over 20,000 users. And I think lifetime we generated, we just launched Yorby. This is a very new product. This is like not my lifetime impressions. But for Yorby specifically, we have about roughly 5 million views lifetime.
Yeah.
From 3 months ago.
Yeah, I think organic social media is great in that you can get so many impressions to your product for so relatively cheap, but attribution is virtually impossible because it's hard to know which video that a user came from. So attribution is kind of a gray area. It's a little bit impossible.
One thing we do to like kind of help out with attributions, by the way, this is my personal brand. You guys want to follow me?
Shameless plug.
Is I put a UTM link within the profile of my videos. This is, people aren't going to click this. Like not everyone's going to click this, but this is going to directionally at least indicate how well your videos are converting for every account.
Oh, I think a great question someone asked is, does Yorby have a blend feature? I'm not 100% sure what that means, but I think what you mean by that is, can you remix multiple pieces of content at once inside the content coach? And the answer is yes. In the demo, Andrew just chose one video to demonstrate the content coach for feedback as well as content remixing, but you can add way more and you can mix and match multiple videos, pull elements from multiple videos that you like, remove the ones that you don't like, and create a giant Frankenstein piece of content to fit your liking. Andrew, do you want to talk about like the last couple minutes, on Instagram, the trial reels? I feel like that's some deep sweaty meta that could be interesting.
Oh man. For folks. All right, you guys are in for a treat right now. Okay, so a strategy I've been using on my Autumn Luna account, this is my AI avatar account, is once I start posting, like, I think like once I had like roughly 5,000 followers, because for me, I'm mostly just posting the same videos over and over again. Not even gonna lie. Like, it's just, like I said, different text hook with the same body. And I know my audience is getting sick of seeing the same video over and over again. So Instagram has this option where you can post trial reels, where essentially you post videos that aren't shown to your followers and they get shown to non-followers first. So at a certain point, if you're just like posting same videos over and over again, I will start using trial reels, which you can only get when you have like, I think 200 followers anyways, to try to reach a newer audience, to try to capture a newer audience. And then you can always take the trial reels once they do well, once they get like 100,000 views or something, and put it back into your main feed. But it's a very powerful tool. I won't say like it's like a hidden cheat code that like no one knows about, or that is gonna make you go viral, but it's just like another like tool in your tool shed you can use. Also, repost videos. Let's say it's been 3 months and you know your videos aren't doing that well. Repost a viral video you posted for 3 months ago. I've been doing that. Like, I think this video down here, if I can just find it, this one got 484,000, this video. And if I can show you guys, because I reposted it as a trial, and right now it is at, I don't know if you can see that, but it's at 70,000 impressions. So same exact video, literally reposted the same thing, didn't change anything. And it was able to hit 70K again. I don't always recommend to do this because, like I said, you don't want to like show that Instagram and TikTok are spamming the algorithm, but once in a while, it doesn't hurt.
Yeah, it's like trial reels are great because it's the closest way you can kind of get to A/B testing content. And so shout out to Meta and the Instagram team for adding that. It's a great feature. And great question, Andrew. Do you post on that account manually?
Yes. 100% post on the account manually. Do not use third-party posting software like Buffer or whatever, unless the account is already in a very mature spot, like you have like 5,000, 10,000 followers. Even then, I wouldn't recommend it, just because, like, again, these platforms really, really, really hate content farms and bot-like activities. So when you're posting from a third-party server, they're posting thousands of videos from that one server. So your account going to be like, okay, there's some fishy activity going on with this account. So I almost always recommend to post from your phones. It's annoying, it sucks, but trust me, it's gonna be worth it.
I can also confirm for sure that I know people that have worked in TikTok and Instagram that on the developer teams, and they will code it all the time. They can detect whether or not you uploaded via the API or versus from your phone. And like kind of like what Andrew said, at the end of the day, I am like tinfoil hat conspiracy theorist mode, but they definitely take this into account when trying to figure out, is this a content farm? Is this low quality content? Is this spam that we don't want on our feeds? So I would rather not run the risk. Like posting via API, even if it's so small, even if it's like a 5% risk, if you post from your phone, it's a 0% risk. So it's annoying, but it's very, very safe, essentially.
Do posting times matter? Can I reuse old? Okay, 2 questions. Number 1, do posting times matter? Okay, this is a very funny question because I always tell everyone posting time doesn't matter, but I also personally refuse to post anytime outside of 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. But guy, posting time does not matter. For me, it's just like a voodoo superstition thing that I just don't like posting outside of workday hours, but it really doesn't matter. Can I reuse old accounts that have some audience, but one that isn't related to my new niche? Depends. Depends how mature or how deep in a niche that account is in. Look, if you have like 200 followers on that account, it doesn't matter. Just rip it. You know, your account has not been pigeonholed into something. But I will say, if you have like 1,000 followers and those 1,000 followers came up from one viral video that's very specific to a niche, I would probably consider starting a new account. Do bot accounts matter, or should I always create one from fresh? I will honestly always buy a new account from fresh. You don't know what these bot accounts, like BOYGHT accounts, what the history is. So I will always create a new Gmail and create a new account.
Someone asked, like, if we don't have access to TikTok, because I guess it's hard to get access to TikTok in certain countries where it's not allowed, is Instagram a good enough tool for marketing?
I'm assuming this person's from India. Yes.
Probably.
Yes. Yeah. Instagram is by far, honestly, even a better platform for like software app UGC. Like most of our success, I'll say 90% of it has come from Instagram and not even TikTok.
Yeah. Even aside from UGC marketing, I think just like personal posting on my account as well. I think Andrew too, like Instagram has been way more consistently and better performing compared to TikTok.
Correct.
I don't even know anyone that still considers TikTok their main platform. I feel like everyone I know that started there, they've all kind of jumped ship to Instagram or YouTube, but you know.
Instagram is great for testing content. Instagram is great for like growing a community and brand.
Is it worth to buy followers? Last question. Is it worth it to buy followers?
No, never buy followers. That does nothing for you. Frank News says I still consider TikTok my main platform.
Frank.
Frank, for you, you're different. You're built different. So
I think we're good to wrap
never
up,
buy
Andrew.
followers though. Never buy followers. For not even because of the reason of like, oh, you're gonna get caught by TikTok, Instagram, whatever. Like, yes, that's true too, but it's also just like it doesn't do you any good. Like, it's not going to drive conversions. And it's like, okay, well, is my brand going to look sexier if I have like 10K bot followers? Yeah, I guess, but I don't know. I just don't think it's worth it. You're setting yourself up for risk. Just try to build it naturally.
Yeah, I think we're good to wrap up. So thanks again to the Anything team for letting us come in and chat about how to do social media marketing for app developers, SaaS developers, and everything. And once again, you can use the code Yorby on Anything for a free month of the pro plan, or when you sign up for Yorby, use the code Anything500 to get 500 credits added to your account. Thanks, everyone, and we'll see you another time.
Thank you, everyone.
See you.